The momentum continues, folks. I have some amazing news because one of Gen Z's biggest stars, one of the biggest stars in the world, just came out and endorsed Vice President Kamala Harris and Tim Walz. And this was a knockout blow to Trump because it comes after a string of A-list celebrities came out and torched Trump. Most notably, Taylor Swift came out after the debate between VP Harris and Trump and signed her message, "Childless Cat Lady," which is a direct attack towards J.D. Vance, who made misogynistic remarks about childless cat ladies being miserable and running America. You guys know all about this. Make sure you leave a like on the video, make sure you subscribe to the Mockler channel, and let's jump right in. There is no time to waste. Before I play this clip, I want to show you the effect, what this actually means on the ground in these key swing states. This article reads, Taylor Swift's endorsement of Kamala Harris for president helps energize young Pennsylvania voters. And that is what actually matters, because there is a difference between online activism, between saying that you're going to vote, saying all of this stuff, and actually going and mobilizing voters in swing states like Pennsylvania, Michigan. By the way, I'll be in Wisconsin in October registering voters. There's a link in the description to join me. In Philadelphia, within 7 weeks to go until the November election, the city is capitalizing on the National Voter Registration Day to get more Gen Z and millennial-aged voters ready to cast a ballot. But when it comes to getting younger voters civically engaged, there's nothing quite like the celebrity endorsement, especially when that celebrity is Berks County native Taylor Swift, who is from Pennsylvania. Watch these young women say how they feel about Taylor Swift's endorsement.
Me and my mom were so excited that she was going to vote for her.
People underestimate how much of an impact Taylor has.
People who might be on the fence, wondering whether or not their vote really matters.
And that is very, very true, because many people my age are fundamentally liberal. They believe in marriage equality, they believe in climate change, they believe in gun reform and education reform, but they're very disillusioned with the systems around them for a good reason. I mean, the systems are broken, but they're so disillusioned that it leads them to this point where they say, I'm not even going to vote. Screw the system. I don't care. And that is what we're trying to pull them back from, because not voting means you're ceding ground to MAGA extremists. Not voting means Donald Trump has a higher chance of ruining these institutions even more. And when we vote, we can secure these institutions, even if they're imperfect, so that someday when we inherit them, we can pass legislation relating to climate change, legislation relating to gun reform. But if MAGA destroys them, we never get that chance. Even Donald Trump himself said about 2 years ago. So, with the revelation of massive and widespread fraud and deception, and working closely with big tech companies, the DNC, and the Democrat Party, do you throw the presidential election results of 2020 out and declare the rightful winner? A massive fraud of this type and magnitude allows for the termination of all rules, regulations, and articles, even those found in the Constitution. That is the famous tweet from Donald Trump, or Truth Social post. And today is the Constitution Day in the United States. So we are the party that protects the Constitution when the Republicans didn't. When Swift speaks or posts on Instagram, her more than 284 million followers take notice. Following the presidential debate between Kamala Harris and Donald Trump, the music icon formally endorsed the vice president with a post on social media. This brings us to today, when Billie Eilish and her brother Phineas endorsed Kamala Harris and Governor Tim Walz in the same way. And I think we have already illustrated that star power is real. These celebrities do have pull, and at a time when both parties are vying for the youth vote, vying for people my age to see that this is a high-stakes election, it is important to have people like Billie Eilish using their voice and saying stuff like this.
National Voter Registration Day, and we are asking you to please join us in going to iwillvote.com to check your status and vote early like we do.
We are voting for Kamala Harris and Tim Walz because they are fighting to protect our reproductive freedom, our planet, and our democracy.
We can't let extremists control our lives, our freedoms, and our future. The only way to stop them and the dangerous Project 2025 agenda is to vote and elect Kamala Harris.
Vote like your life depends on it, because it does.
Go to iwillvote.com and make a plan to vote early.
Love you guys.
They hit all of the perfect talking points. They hit the websites that you need to go to. By the way, go to those websites. They explain what is at stake, including reproductive rights and our very lifestyle. They also endorsed VP Harris and Governor Tim Walz and explained how they are fighting for us. They hit every single note, and I think with an effective message like this, we will see more people turn out. Quote, millennials and Gen Z are outpacing, number-wise, boomers. As new generations are able to vote and older generations pass on, you will see a change in the culture and a shift in political ideas. Even the conservatives in our generation will be more progressive than the conservatives of previous generations. For example, I have friends who are Republicans but who have just accepted that marriage equality should exist in America. 50 years ago, conservatives didn't think like that. This also comes as Harris crushes Trump among key voters in a stunning new poll. I want to read this poll, but you guys know I am a nerd for prediction models, and this 538 model that weighs the polling, weighs the current economic data, weighs the demographic data to run 1,000 simulations is a great tool, and right now Harris wins 61 times out of 100, which may not seem big, but if you look at how it's changed, the gap is widening. The win probability gap is slowly widening, and we can scroll up and look at the exact polls right here. Harris +4, Harris +6, Harris +8, Harris +5, and this is an A+ poll with Ipsos ABC showing Harris up by 5. Harris +4, Harris +4, +4, +2, +5. This one does show Trump +2, but that's after I listed 10 that show Harris beating Trump handily, and of course we still have to go vote to secure this win, but these statistics do look good. This article reads, when it comes to support from young voters, people my age, Kamala Harris is absolutely pummeling former President Donald Trump according to new polling, and I'll tell you exactly why. J.D. Vance and Donald Trump continually, repeatedly use this dismissive rhetoric not only about reproductive health, but about gun violence, and gun violence is something that we grew up experiencing every single day. Throughout elementary school, throughout middle school, and throughout high school, we had bulletproof glass. We locked the doors in the classrooms, and we did shooter drills routinely. That is the reality that we lived in, and we don't want people like Donald Trump making it easier for people to obtain weapons. Harris has surpassed Trump by a whopping 32 points among 18 to 29-year-olds living in 7 battleground states as of Tuesday, according to polling from Voters of Tomorrow. The poll surveyed more than 1,500 young voters in Arizona, Georgia, Pennsylvania, Michigan, and North Carolina between August 16th and August 20th. When deciding which candidate to support, the majority of respondents said they cared most about jobs, the economy, and the cost of living. Those are the actual issues, not Haitian immigrants, not these boogeymen that Donald Trump and MAGA Republicans keep trying to manufacture over and over again. They are the definition of out of touch. Think about it. J.D. Vance went to an elitist university and then turned his back on that university. Trump inherited hundreds of millions of dollars and acted like he built his life from the ground up. And if you contrast that to Kamala Harris, who worked at McDonald's, or Tim Walz, who was a teacher, do you know how many Americans who are teachers who have felt neglected their entire lives, like they have no representation in government, who are now optimistic, along with all of the young women, the young black Americans who are optimistic to see representation? How many videos have you guys seen of VP Kamala Harris embracing a young woman who is clearly optimistic? And if Donald Trump gets back in office, all of that optimism, an entire generation would have their optimism washed away in an instant. So I hate to leave you on that terribly grim note, but make sure you leave a like on this video to help boost my pro-democracy Gen Z message. Comment some blue hearts for me. Make sure you subscribe to the Mockler channel. We're close to 500K. Have a great rest of your day, and peace out.